Welcome to the Hillbilly RV channel. Today, working on this little Lance travel trailer. This is April 2025. Me and this guy's been trying to get together since November of last year. He called, he wanted these wheel bearings replaced. He's got the bearings, got the seals. And he called and the weather just turned bad. It was pretty much bad till now. So, finally got out here. My side of town, sun's shining, warm. I get over here, now the wind was blowing on my side. I got my hoodie on, I got my shorts on, but I got my hoodie on. So let's get this, let's just get these wheel bearings replaced. We're gonna tear the wheels down, pull old bearings out, wipe the races, the bearing races. If they look good in the hubs, we're just gonna slap the new bearings in, new seals, put her back together. Y'all wanna go? Let's get started. All right, get here, the customer's already got jacked up. He's already got one wheel off. So let's get this hub off there and see what we're dealing with. Dexter axles, love it. Let me go get a screwdriver. That's the easiest way to get them retainers
one
off.
small one?
Yep. Customer's gonna go get his. All right, this has got those retainers. I'll show you once I get it off. Easiest way to get these off is just put a screwdriver behind it and pop it off. Okay.
Man, if that wheel was going there and just that nut.
Yeah, that's all holds it on.
And does that keeper hold the nut from, is that like a cotter pin kind of thing?
Yeah,
Keeps
instead of a cotter pin,
yeah,
that just keeps the nut.
Yeah.
Now typically, I usually remember this after I get started. But let's see right now. See, there's just a smidge of play in those bearings. That's good. That's what you want. All right, brakes are making contact. They're all good. Now, see there? No tools required.
And they don't even snug that tight? Wow.
Now putting new bearings in, I might snug it up just a smidge more than if we were just putting the old bearings, clean the old bearings and putting them back in. But no.
You want to mount it?
Nope. So we got the nut, the washer, and then the outer bearing.
And then the outer bearing, right.
And then the hub comes off. Kind of got to jiggle wiggle it to get it off the brake shoes. Now let's go either the back of my truck or the back of his flatbed trailer right over here. Well, after we wipe the excess grease, or really all the grease off the spindle, that way we can look at the spindle, make sure we've never had a bearing turn, and we have not. Everything looks fantastic. Brake shoes look good. See no issues there. So let's move locations. All right, here's the hub. We need to knock the bearing and the seal out the back side. I just got this old piece of wood that I use.
Of course, you can probably buy a tool like that for 30 bucks.
Probably.
Yeah.
I'm sure they sell tools for that. There's your old bearing and the seal, which is all going to be new. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to wipe most of the grease out of the inside of the hub, because this does have the easy lube axles.
Yeah. And
I would assume he's been pumping some grease in there occasionally, from the way it looks. So we're going to get most of that out. Look at our races, our bearing races, out inside and outside. Like I say, if they look good, the trailer doesn't have a ton of miles on it. If they look good, we'll just put new bearings right in those races. So let me get this wiped up. Be right back. So got most of it out of there. We're not going to try and get it all. This ain't a show trailer. Nobody's gonna be judging the inside of these hubs. So just get enough of that grease out to be able to look at the races really well. Make sure there's no pitting, no discolorization. Is that the right word? Discolorization? No, it's not discolored. Because if bearings get hot, it'll turn the bearings and or the races brown. If they get really hot, they'll get blue. But if they're just a little hot, they'll get brown. These look great, nice and silver. I see no problem with putting the new bearings right in these races. I'm sure if you clean these bearings up, these bearings are fine too. Now the seal, never reuse a seal. Seals are like $3. Just put a new seal. Just put a new seal in when you take these bearings out. So let me get my bearing packer out. We'll get our new bearings packed with grease, throw the back one in with a new seal, and we'll proceed. Got our brand new bearings here. There's what the customer bought. We have assumed to this point that they're the right ones. We're fixing to find out. I'm actually going to take the new bearings, inner and outer. We'll take them over and make sure they fit the spindle. And we'll make sure they fit the races in the hub. And we'll clean these just to make sure that there's nothing, residual, filth in there from where they manufactured the bearings. I'm just going to do that with some brake clean. And yeah, let me go check these, make sure they're the right size. I did check them, they are the right size. Just let those air dry a few minutes. We can actually take our rag and that'll dry off. This is a clean rag. We'll let those air dry for a few minutes. Actually, he's got his air hose out. We might just blow them out with some compressed air too. Made that mistake too. If it were 90 degrees today, this would be a little bit easier, but it will still work well. Put your bearing in there, press down, and I'll show you here in a minute what it does. I'm gonna stop right there and show you. See around that bearing, that grease has been pushed up behind the rollers and come out all the way around. So you know that bearing is plumb full of grease. And then what I'll do, you have a little excess here, and I will just take my somewhat clean finger and pull that out and put it on the outside. It don't do any good inside the race. Just smear it around like so. I'm gonna drop that right in the hub, right over here. There, I just dropped that bearing in that hub. Now we have to make, they give us two different seals. So I need to go over here to the spindle and make sure which seal we need. Probably this one. So yeah, it was the bigger seal. So this one won't be used. And yes, they make tools. No, they make tools for putting seals in. That's the tool I use. Just put it flush with that lip and you're good to go. There's still a little bit of grease inside that race. I'm gonna put it on the seal. Ready to stick this one back together. All right, like I say, we already wiped the excess grease off the spindle. Everything looks good in here. Just stick the hub back on. Now let me go grease the new outer bearing, and I will be right back. So there's our outer bearing all greased up. Slide it right in. Take our washer. I'm just going to wipe it off. That will be plenty clean enough. It's just going to be exposed to more grease. Let's just wipe it up a little bit. Slide it over our spindle. Take our nut and do the same thing. Just wipe it up a little bit. There again, it's going to be exposed to grease. Put it on. Now I will take a tool, like a pair of channel locks. I will snug this up a little, just a little, spin it, and then I'll set my tension. Just basically gonna go just barely past hand tight. Okay. And then we figure out where our lock is going to fit. That's going to fit right on flats on the nut. That's perfect. Press it on. May have to take a screwdriver and just kind of bop it with my hand. Put our dust cap back on. Usually I have my mallet over here, but I'm just going to use this screwdriver handle. Make sure it's seated well. I'll go get my dead blow hammer and hit that. Just make sure. But yeah, there you go. We got no wiggle because these are new bearings. So they will break in. And then there will be just a little bit of play once these break in. Here, just use the claw hammer. Now I'm gonna put the wheel back on. Torque the nuts to 110 foot-pounds, between 100 and 110. These are aluminum wheels, so I think 110 foot-pounds. And this job will be done.
Now, if my bearings are bad, if I take the wheel, if I jack it up like this, take the wheel, will I feel that there's too much play? Is that the key?
Well, feel that one, because we have that one still got the tire on it. You'll see that it will wiggle a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah,
you want that.
Yeah, and that's typical.
Yeah. That might be a tad excessive.
I don't think I loosened it. Oh, I did loosen it.
Okay. That's why it's a little.
But if they're bad, it really goes, is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you mind being on video for a minute? Do you mind being on video for a minute? I'm just gonna sign out. Alright. So that's gonna be it on this one. Customer, now that he's seen an expert do it, y'all buying that so far? He's gonna do the other three. Like I say, all I gotta do is put the wheel on, torque the lug nuts, which we might actually have to let it down to do that. It's kind of hard to torque them if they're spinning.
Yeah.
But torque the wheels, good to go. So do a really quick job. This is not bad. It takes a lot longer if you're cleaning old bearings, inspecting them and putting them back in, but just doing this, pretty quick job. So as always, thanks for watching. I think You'll find the bearing packer in my Amazon store. A lot of other stuff on there. Go check that out. A lot of other links down below. We're going to work on a furnace. May or may not fire the camera up for that. And he's going to finish these wheels. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you next time.